Ryan's Midlife Crisis Journal, day 68, I believe. Second of the nighttime journals. Good. I'm going to talk a little bit less about the split personality kind of a thing, the unofficial split personality, but I think I had an example experience today that might be useful in trying to figure out how to get all my different things working in harmony. So today basically started out, so in the morning we went and did some fruit picking with one of my wife's old high school friends who has two kids that are about our kids' ages. So we did that, got lunch kind of there and came home, did some stuff around the house, and it was probably about, fast forward to about 2:40 in the afternoon. And my wife suggests taking the kids outside. And I didn't know that apparently the kids kind of wanted to go outside. And the reason why I mentioned that is when you do anything with kids, my kids' ages, which is, my oldest is 8, and you got 5 and 3, it's a lot of effort. And it doesn't always go well. Case in point, we went outside to play basketball. My 5-year-old, we're trying to help him kind of shoot the way you're supposed to shoot a basketball, and it was a disaster. He got super upset saying, I know, trying to say he knows how to shoot, not accepting any coaching, but then also getting upset when he's missing, one of those impossible things that just escalates because he's an intense 5-year-old. Not all 5-year-olds quite act like that. All kids go through phases to an extent like that, but he's always been intense. Now my dog wants to go out. And after calming him down, we went into the backyard, and I had the kids on the swings. And I'm a big NASCAR fan, which is an important point here. So the race is starting about 3:30. One of necessarily the highlight of my week, but one of the things I really look forward to is being able to watch the NASCAR race every Sunday, especially seeing it. Something about seeing the national anthem live too. I like that. So as nice as recording it and catching up gradually, like I do because I have Hulu, is I like watching it on time. And I remember when my wife suggested taking the kids outside, I wasn't necessarily excited to do that. I was like, oh, come on. This is going to be a lot of effort. And I was kind of right about this. And I said, it's going to be either a problem getting them out, or they're not going to want to come in time for the race, which was 40 minutes away at this point. And when I was right about this, and my 3-year-old was refusing to get off the swings at about 3:30, I called my wife from outside, and it was hey, he's not getting off the swings, kind of and I told you. My mindset was, I told you so. And really, this was kind of silly because, I'm just outside with my kids. Why? I didn't push back that hard on my wife about the idea of taking them outside either. I don't know why my dog really wants to come outside now when he sees me out here. But I realized that I saw the going outside, at that moment, I saw the going outside as not my decision of what to do with the day. And I realized that's actually kind of a common thing, because you see, ever since we've had kids, Jesus Christ, Bear. That's my dog's name. It's been a challenge. Our first 2 kids are really hard. They don't have any major health problems or anything. They're just really hard kids. My wife has said HG through all 3 pregnancies. Her morning sickness is all day sickness. It got worse with each one. Our families have been terrible about volunteering to help. And it's basically either we have to beg them to help or do it ourselves. And we're too stubborn to beg for help, to say, not that they're not super helpful anyway. It's not good. It's I could go through a list of family members and stuff and why they're all their own versions of all problems when it comes to potentially helping. But the most on my wife's side, her mom has basically been in denial about having dementia in early stages of dementia for 10 years. In 2015, we decided as a couple we weren't going to ever be a passengers in her while she's driving, because she was in denial about how unsafe of a driver she is. And she's done things like she cannot handle taking care of our kids. She just can't, one, she can't keep up with it. Two, she's not sharp. She'll do things like, for example, she was bringing a knife to, at the time my youngest was 2, to his like high chair to try and cut like his blueberries on his high chair in front of him where he could grab the knife. Anyway, shh, Bear, shh. So she's not a problem. Then for whatever reason, my wife's sister has just been like, every time my wife tells her, like, is honest to her about how hard things were with like morning sickness, her response is always, well, seems normal to me, which is also, that's not how women are supposed to interact with each other. They're supposed to kind of like at least validate each other's feelings. But anyway, it's been a lot, and I would be an asshole to push back on my wife when she wants to do certain things, because she also has been taking the brunt of it for so long. But I realize the extent at which I now take this as, well, none of this is my decision of what to do and stuff. Like, I keep just going along with things my wife wants to do because I feel like I'd be an asshole to push back. But when I do want to do something different, or just have something that isn't my idea and it doesn't go well, in my head I'm just like, I have that a bit of I told you so mentality, and it made me realize that that's partially why I think I like want to end every evening doing exactly what I fucking want to do, because I feel like so much of my day is just out of my hands. And obviously it was my choice as well to have kids and stuff. I am happy to have kids, but it's so much of the moment-to-moment, day-to-day stuff has felt like it's been out of my hands, that I have been, it's almost like that part of me is demanding to be able to do whatever the fuck he wants for certain parts of the day. And that part of me that wants to do whatever he wants for the remaining part of the day isn't necessarily the same part of me that wants to, say, find a way to like get into stock trading or things like that. They can like make money or accomplish things or like work out and exercise. This is like, no, that part of me is just like, I've waited all day. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want right now, and no one can tell me no. Once it gets to be like 9 o'clock or something like that. And so it's very tough for me with that mindset to then be motivated to be like, let me get a head start on tomorrow and go through another day of where, like, honestly, I feel like I'm the most in control when I'm at work, even though I'm an employee at a corporation. Although I do have people that work for me. I'm not like a CEO by any stretch, but I feel more in control than I do when I'm around the house, because it feels like I'm just in a spot where things have been challenging enough, but more challenging for my wife. So it's my duty to kind of just like make things suck less, which is the part of me is like, but what about me? So anyway, I don't know. I think being honest when I'm feeling that and more realizing when I'm feeling that is useful, but I think part of it is also going to have to be me finding a way to, if I feel like the day-to-day stuff, this might happen as the kids get older too, but finding a way to make it so that it feels like the day-to-day grind is still, I don't want to say make it more of my choice, but realize where things are my choice more of what I'm choosing what's going on, because some things are out of your hands. It's out of my control how difficult my wife's pregnancies are. I mean, we can do a little bit to try and avoid that, but to find where my agency lies during the day so that I don't feel like I'm trying to recapture agency at night. And it's funny, I feel like a lot of people might have this type of feeling, but I never quite put it that way, because I didn't feel this with my job at all, at least anymore. I definitely feel this with like parenting though. So anyway, that's day 68. I gotta go longer here with the nighttime ones. But now my dog is now okay with me continuing, I guess. I'll get used to this. Day 68 in the books.